if the amount that this was played in the round is greater than max, then that artist, yeah, looks right. We zero them out afterwards. Yeah, that looks right. So why are you receiving $0? For your 4 paintings. State reward index. Okay, here we go. This is looking better. Got someone worth 120 by the end. Good old Ramon. Okay, let's go find round 1. Okay, strong open. Double auctioning a Sigrid Thaler. Very strong. With a secret bid. I don't know if that's a good way to start. It's probably better to start with open bids. But I don't know. That's a theory. We'll create a player for that. Okay, so we have a bunch of secret bids. These bids are all way too high as well. So we'll need a player that adjusts their bids down. I wonder, because all of these bids are too high, I wonder what happens if you have one player that adjusts down. And I wonder what happens if you have 3 players that adjust down, but 1 player that keeps bidding large. I imagine the 1 player that bids large will lose. But okay, so we've got player 0 won the bid. Okay. And then player 1 is auctioning off $1 million for a fixed price of 19. Player 2 takes it. And player 2 auctions off a Martin's. Open bidding. Good strat. Okay, so player 1 just sort of overbid everyone. They just have more buying power. But now they're down. No, they don't have more buying power than player 0. No, they do, because player 0 just lost all their money on this. So player 1 has the most buying power, and they just sort of gave almost all of it away. So player 1's basically broke. Yeah, they can't even afford to compete with this. They only have 8, 9. They have $9, so they can't compete with this. Fixed price of $7. Goddamn, player 1, what is wrong with you? That's like almost all of their money, I guess. But there's no logic to determine if this is a low bid or not for the game. So we don't have any sort of stats on what a normal bid size is. But that's okay. Okay. So this is open bidding. Okay, this is a bug. Player 2 shouldn't be allowed to overbid themselves in an open auction. They should have won with the 73. Okay, so let's go find the is it run auction somewhere down here. Okay, so for open, we start with the player who's not the auctioneer. And we go around and everyone bids. If we have a winning bid, maybe this should just be less than. So that gives everyone else. So on second time through, that'll be correct, right? Gives everyone else a chance to bid. And it gives everyone else a chance to bid again. And whoever the current winner is. I think that's right. Can we get like open auctions? Okay, so here, no one overbid themselves, which is good. Player 0 bidding $1. My man. Player 0 knows what's up. You just get in there and slap down a $1 bid. And then, yeah, okay, come on, player 1. Player 2. I'm surprised all the players have this much money. Is this round 4? I think so. I I don't see anyone overbidding themselves, which is good. Okay, so I think that fixed that. So in the first round, the auctioneer, who is also the winner currently, is winning with 0. Everyone else gets a chance to bid. If no one bids, everyone else gets a chance to bid again because the auctioneer is still winning. Okay, I think that's how that works. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of games. So random strategy, these numbers are quite high, to be honest. I don't think most of the games I've played end, but these rounds are much longer. That's the thing. So I have a theory, like this is a much longer round, that round 1. Yeah, I have a theory that if you're in the lead, your goal is to try to end the round quicker. I don't know if that's true, but it's a theory. And if you're not in the lead, your goal is to keep the round going because it essentially gives you the potential to earn more money. Right? Whereas if you're in the lead, you want to deny everyone else the chance to earn money. You just want to get the round over, collect your winnings, and then go into the next round with stronger buying power than everyone else. Whereas I think if you're everyone else, you want the chance to get stronger buying power. We can already see like the random players, like these numbers are much higher than I would see in a typical game and like consistently higher. So let's run a few more. Whoops. Let's run a few more. Okay, that's sort of a middling game. Yeah. Yeah, these are much higher. Yeah, it's pretty low. It's kind of average. I mean, for one player to only make $9 is pretty rare. But yeah, that's pretty low. Ah, fuck. Player 3 tried to auction a card that they don't have. That should not be allowed. They shouldn't be doing that. So did anyone auction off previously? Yes. Player 1 auctioned it off previously. And then won the bid with $3 for fixed price. No, player 0 auctioned it off, and then player 1 on the card. Why does player 3 think they have the card? It wasn't a double auction, was it? I don't think so. Though that does remind me. No, this should work. That should work correctly. Yeah, it does 2 separate unordered removes. This is interesting though, because this is not correct for double auctions. I think we just have to do that every time. Because in a double auction, the 2 cards can come from different players. So I think we have to do that check every time. They're still trying to, but they're trying to auction off a 0. That sort of suggests to me fuckery. Where's the auction? I wonder. Player 1 auctioned off something, then player 2. I wonder what the logic is for checking that they don't have. Hmm. This feels like a double when it shouldn't be. Hmm. Yeah, it's only these two, so it's one of these two. I'm tempted to believe it's this one. Just because the double defaults to 0, and the fact that it's always the 0 card that they're trying to auction is suspicious. No, I didn't save that. Interesting. So it's not that one. It's the other one. That's interesting. There we go. So it is this one. Why would we end up here? Why would we be trying to auction a card that we don't have? If we're asked to auction something, it's not a second ask. We can just blow through that. We're choosing 0. Did we run out of cards? Is that possible? US stock cards. US. Oh, we're out of cards. Bruh. I guess that's an end condition for the game. I actually don't know. I presume so. Modern art. Rules. Running out of cards. If a player runs out of cards, they cannot auction until they get new cards. Right, so you're just not allowed to auction. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. Alright, okay, so we've got to take account for those rules. So while Len state